Welcome, everybody, to the first ever episode, and if you're listening to this, you're somehow alive, of SQUADcast.
Yeah, welcome all 12 people that found this somehow.
I mean, we did,
Well, there's three of us, so,
There's three.
12
That's...
minus 3. We're off to a good start. Anyways, start off, this is SQUADcast number 1. We'll be commenting, shitting on it. The prequel trilogy of Star Wars, of course. The Phantom Menace, we're going here. We'll start here. I'm your host, Rocco Shapiro.
I'm Jaigo Ren. That's my real name.
Got it?
Yeah, and I'm Mitchell. You just call me whatever you want to.
Now this is podcasting.
All right, well,
I've spent all week right now.
For the kids listening at home, we have clicked play on the mic. Fantastic Fox fanfare has just appeared. Yeah, that's how it starts. Is anyone worried? Are you guys worried that all right, it's the Lucas. Just in case you were lost, it is a long time ago in the galaxy far, far away, right here, and the famous part is right now. Perfect. Everyone, you should be synced up now, and you are listening to our soothing voices.
Oh, yeah.
Well on our way through. Are any of you guys worried that the Fox fanfare is going to be missed in The Force Awakens?
I mean, I don't know. They kind of, with the whole LucasArts thing, they kind of paid homage to the movies anyway. I could see how they could just skip the Fox fanfare. I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know they're not gonna. They've said before they're not gonna have the Disney one, and because I feel like that pissed people off.
Let's just thank
everyone. Okay, I don't mind.
I honestly wouldn't mind.
I like the Tatooine one that was online. That one was cool.
That's true.
They do a special one because they've done special ones before.
Well, now we're on the crawl, and we're almost done with the crawl. This is the worst crawl in all of Star Wars.
There's too many big words.
Too many
Supreme Chancellor has secretly dispatched two Jedi Knights.
I'm an idiot. I'm going to struggle in The Force Awakens.
To settle
this in 3 weeks.
Conflict.
I saw this movie for the first time when I was 4. How was I supposed to be on... I had no idea.
Dude, I'm 21 and I still don't understand half the words in here, so...
You got a point. This movie was not easy to read. And the conflict is does anyone know the plot of this movie?
It is diplomacy. This movie is
trades.
If you want to know what the government is like, you could watch this.
It's like the NFL draft but in space. There's trades.
Wait, hold on.
I'll see where you're going with this.
We have to go with
that was all.
Newt Gunray. There he is.
The introduction of Newt Gunray. I like that ship. That ship is really cool.
That is.
I'm gonna turn it up a little bit.
The precursor kind of to the
absolute racist
blockade runner.
Yeah, the blockade runner. Yeah.
But the absolute racism of the
Asian. They really.
We must consult the Trade Federation.
Say what you will about Star Wars. It was not fair to minorities in any way.
There were two. Up to this point, there are 2 black people in the entire galaxy.
Well, I mean, at this point in the movie,
there's one. There's one. You're right. There's
know.
one. At this point in the story, think about it.
To be fair, Vader was black. James Earl. If you don't know Star Wars,
James
you know that James Earl Jones is the most menacing guy in the galaxy.
That's just his voice. They take off his mask. That's a white dude.
Inside the suit, he's really Hayden Christensen.
Exactly.
Well, you don't think about that until 2005.
Although, I guess Hayden Christensen is the blackest guy ever.
Filled with so much angst.
This introduction, we missed the first line from the Jedis, but it's the most famous line in Star Wars.
I have a bad feeling about this.
No, it's actually this movie is not going to do very well.
It did. No. I mean, it did well.
No, it did well.
I mean,
Ewan McGregor, great. I mean, he held together. I'm surprised. Like, most actors probably would have dropped out after the second movie of any other film. But Star Wars, you're committed.
I feel
He's committed.
Well, yeah, and I feel like at this
he
point,
deserves a new movie.
It had so much hype for the movie anyway, because now you're talking about a second generation of people who are watching Star Wars and getting excited for Star Wars. I mean, look at us. We're kids. We were kids when this movie came out,
right?
And now we are so excited for Episode 7. What are we?
Right.
What
I mean, it's generation. That's all it is. Yeah. I mean, each generation likes it in a same way, different way, yet the same.
Same, yeah. So I feel like Ewan McGregor, when he did this movie, was prepared to do more, especially considering, I'm assuming, George Lucas had the whole
I mean,
thing.
yeah. I mean,
Well, he was
ready
trying to
to
do
go.
6 more movies, I think.
Holy.
when Liam
But
Neeson
after the failure of
Yeah.
the past 3, he decided that was
when Liam Neeson signed on to be Qui-Gon Jinn, he definitely he pretty much knew he wasn't in for the long haul. But signing on as Obi-Wan Kenobi, you pretty much know you're going to be in all 3 movies.
That makes sense.
He knew he was getting into. And to be fair, he did make he was one of the shining moments of these trilogies.
Second most shining moment is the Emperor right here.
Oh yeah,
And the introduction of the Emperor.
Yeah,
like
he does very good. He's very good at being menacing without
Yeah,
being
Ian McDiarmid. Yeah,
well without he's menacing throughout this whole, except for in the small parts in
Attack of the Clones.
Well, I was gonna say in Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi, when he when he uses lightsaber, when he uses the lightning hands. Other than that, he's very menacing without doing anything.
Oh, without doing anything,
Yeah.
right? I mean, 90% of the entire franchise, and of all 6 movies, he's a hologram.
I mean,
And to
that's-
pull that off is pretty impressive. And especially the first appearance of him here was pretty cool. Now this scene, I remember watching this. Did any of you guys think that was C-3PO?
No.
First try?
No.
Oh
No?
no, because of the voice.
No,
I was like, oh no, that can't be.
these
3PO.
droids, man. If
Well,
they,
Oh, they're red shirts. They're just cannon fodder. they
I mean-
are there to get cut
of all
down.
the criticism that the Stormtroopers got, you imagine someone at Lucasfilm was like, you know what? We should probably not make these guys even worse
I mean,
of anything.
I guess I'll play devil's advocate and then listening to what Lucas had to say about making the battle droids and saying that he made them so stupid because he knew that through the rest of the movies they would just get better, and then of course they'd be replaced by stormtroopers because the argument is that like the robots can't do what the humans can.
Right, there's the underlining.
Yeah, but it's
That
only
being
underlining.
said,
That's pretty cool.
they're a bit too stupid. Their banter.
it's almost like just comic relief that really isn't needed.
They didn't need to be comic relief.
Oh, this
They
movie
just-
doesn't need any more comic relief. It's hysterical.
They didn't need to be comic relief. They just needed to they just needed to follow orders.
This isn't impossible.
I was about
If
to
they
say,
had just
and-
followed orders and said Roger, Roger, and they were just really bad at hitting. If they were just bad shots, I think that would have been better for them.
Oh, now we get
instead
to
of,
see.
you
Now
know,
the droidicas.
I was about to say.
I
the
mean, this
dro-
is the one. I mean, for every shitty droid there's a droidica somewhere.
Well, I was about to say. One of the cooler parts
Ugh,
of
I hate that scene.
what the sprint.
the speed run.
Yeah.
It comes in a little bit later when he should have used that again. But,
Yeah.
but
But
it's a silly.
Back to the droidicas. I mean, that's as Jeremy said, for every kind of screw up they had, they had that. That the droidicas are like the coolest droids ever. I mean, think about
it
it.
was
You
one of
have
the cool. And it's
the
more
regular-
you know why? It's because they don't talk.
they just kind of
Yeah, they show up, they roll
click around.
They're really hard to face against in the video games, and
That's
And I mean, obviously the Jedi they didn't try and cut them down.
Yeah,
they
they
ran,
tried to
so they must not be.
they use that
Anything to
one
mess
move
with.
that they never use again ever.
the battle droids are kind of terrible, but they were mass produced in big numbers. The thing about the droidicas is they kind of like the AT-ATs from the original trilogy in that they're very strong, they're very strategic, but they have a weakness, and that's that they're slow, or when they're moving they can't fire, and they're susceptible to fire when they're rolling.
Right.
And that's what makes them cool.
Well, now we get the introduction of Queen Amidala.
Queen Amidala.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea of her is really cool that she's not, she's depending on who's playing her at the time, whether it's Natalie Portman, which this one isn't. I don't know why they went with the deep voice though, because it's like an unnecessary Batman moment.
Yeah. I mean, well,
Yeah.
one of the great
Because they
things.
deepen her voice, and that's I'm trying to think. That's Keira Knightley. In that part, she plays the fake queen.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Ah, you know that? Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't know.
Hey, you get it right
Now,
here.
Now.
no.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, and see here again with the hologram, but this time now being the Chancellor.
Well, being Supreme Chancellor.
It's
Yeah.
Then not the
Well,
Emperor.
not yet. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't the Emperor then, but
Well, yeah.
you get the point. I put the brain in the room.
Yeah. The trilogy is.
You think there was anybody out there who was like at the third movie was like, whoa, they're the same person? It took them all the time in the world to get there.
With that being said, you could have been introduced to Star Wars, and this could have been your first Star Wars movie. So you didn't know anything about the universe, and then it could have taken you that much time to figure it out.
Man, I can't wait till that Jake Lloyd guy grows up. That'd be pretty cool.
You know what? I take that back. There's 2 black guys. 3.
There you go.
This guy's in the entire damn movie.
Yeah.
And that guy, the white guy, Jesus, the guy with the white beard, it's the best beard in the galaxy. No one, second to none. So maybe Bip Fortuna, who shows up a little bit later.
Yeah, he does.
Have a beard.
I forgot he does show up.
He doesn't have a beard. He's got the Twi'lek head wrap. Yeah,
it's like a
flesh.
It's a flesh beard. It's like the George Lucas of beards. His flesh. Like George Lucas.
It's like if he had a scarf, but instead of a scarf, it was just part of his head. Like he had a flesh scarf. I guess that keeps your neck warm. I don't know.
It's like the Twi'leks with the flesh hair.
We'll save the Bip Fortuna bit for a little bit later in the film.
Yeah, I cut it.
How many holograms in this movie?
I guess quite a bit.
Please.
They did a good job with the holograms, making them, because they could have made them look really good. They tried to make them.
Well, it's still earlier than. I mean, they can't make them good because then they can't digress.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is they did a good job of making them look not good because it's hard to remember watching
moment
this.
Of silence, everyone. Moment of silence. And of all the people in the galaxy,
we introduce everyone's favorite character. Not really, but probably the worst character in the Star Wars universe.
You just gotta watch it. It speaks for itself.
It really does.
What was George Lucas's inspiration behind Jar Jar Binks?
He said. Recently he said, that it was. That he thought, a comic relief, which is what most of this movie is, and then why the other 2 movies aren't as much. But he always thought of, it's a Disney guy, Goofy. He always thought of Goofy.
Yeah.
I also think that he really wanted to. I think going into this, he wanted to make a completely CG character. Because that interacts with everyone.
Yeah,
throughout the whole movie. He wanted to make a completely CG main character.
Yeah, he tried to break ground, and it did. It looked good at the time. There's scenes here where you could see the moisture of
we have to take out of context that this movie came out 99?
Yeah, 99.
Right. So this looks. It must have looked spectacular.
It does look amazing for 1999.
Yeah, this was 15 years ago.
Right. So that's
and it relatively holds up.
It's close to holding up. It was very ambitious.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parts that do hold up.
There are parts that do hold up, but the whole thing couldn't possibly have helped. There's just so much CGI.
There's definitely no way everything could have helped, but it could have been worse. And the fact that there was so much art design done here, it's weird.
Well, this movie is spectacular. It is a beautiful movie. It looks great.
Yeah,
the art design for the movie. Let me rephrase that, because obviously there's
here's the Darth Jar Jar scene.
Yep,
using the force
jump.
There it is.
And he flips it.
I know that in 1999, this obviously had the most CGI ever in a live action movie, because obviously Toy Story came out, it was all CGI because it is an animated movie. But how long was it before there was one that had more CGI?
How long was it before there was another? Probably the next one. Oh, unless The Matrix. No, well, The Matrix. That was 2003, and it was still after. Well, you got to think about the popular movies that came out in 2000, 2001, 2002. 2000 had Dinosaur, which was all CG.
Yeah, that movie was...
That was a Disney movie.
That's true.
That was all CG, but it wasn't CG
plus
live action.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because, like I said, Toy Story was CG, but that was
1995. 95, yeah.
I don't know.
And that was the first all CG movie.
Yeah, you're right. I'm getting my ears confused. This place, I was not amazed at this scene.
I always thought it was weird.
It looks a little. It's too. I just don't know. It's not.
It looks out of place.
Yeah, out of place.
Well, they tried to make it look natural, like it was grown, and they built around the growing bits.
But that doesn't.
It doesn't. For one, it doesn't make sense, and two, it's not.
It doesn't look natural.
Can we just not go underwater, like in movies anymore? Like, can we just not go there anymore?
It just doesn't look natural. It
Yeah,
doesn't look grown. It looks metal and
built.
It looks built.
Yeah, and then that brings to mind. Well, how did they get all of this down here? It just doesn't. It doesn't flow very well. It doesn't look. Yeah.
I remember saying all the curves and stuff are supposed to make it look natural. I think it just makes it look very, it just looks designed, but very aquatically designed, like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea-ish.
Yeah, I mean, look at how, if you look behind everyone to the outside where I'm assuming what would be
fish.
Glass would be, where the fish are. Look at how sharp everything looks. It looks it's very, precise looking.
Right, yeah, it doesn't look... Yeah, because, each edge is perfectly... no edge is different.
It'd be think about a tree. No part of a tree is kind of the same, It's all... It grows differently.
Right, of
based
course.
on where it is. So,
and the texture's all different, but the textures look all the same. They're smooth, like granite.
Yeah.
Like perfect cut granite.
I think it would have been cooler if they made it like a more organic type material, like a plant type material, like there were vines everywhere, and that was the floor, which is vines
like
everywhere.
Seaweed or something.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
I don't think they could have. I think that would have been way too much. That would have been a lot to animate. Yeah. Is that type of seaweed everywhere? I think this movie, if it was made later, would look amazing. He didn't want to wait for it though. He wanted it to be groundbreaking.
I mean, it was. It's still. I can't say it still is, but at the time, if you worked in a department that did computer generated images, everything that you see in this movie would be incredible, whether it was in or out of a good bad context. Like there's bits of dust that come up that are just have never been seen in animated movies before. Yeah. Or even, motion capture, which is stuff that's Andy Serkis has mastered now, but is seen in this movie, the entire show with Jar Jar. I'll say this, we'll get off topic for a minute, or I guess more on topic. Boss Nass, why does nobody else look like him? He's the only fat, duck-looking one out of all of these guys.
Well, that's why he's...
the leader,
that's why he's the boss.
It's like an Ewok thing. Like, they see C-3PO, he's different, he's got to be the god.
Exactly.
So the Boss Nass swims in,
he's from a different bubble village down the road.
Yeah, drinks a lot of blue milk, and automatically he's the king of...
Is that what the name of the Gungan city is?
Yeah.
Well, now you sound like Nixon.
Sounds like someone's breaking in.
Boss Nixon.
Boss Nixon. I like his shoulder pads, though. He's getting ready to play a game of soccer. Football.
Football?
Yeah, football, soccer. Same shit.
Yeah,
This is cool. If you're talking about computer animation, this is like some... they hide it, they hide it in the dark, which is something that a lot of even modern computer animations do to hide the fact that it is not real at all.
Mm-hmm.
They hide it in the dark, but this scene is a little bit interesting. It's a little out of place. It's not.
It's good, but it captures.
It almost feels like the scene from Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
does.
This was more.
It definitely feels more like Empire when they go in the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this is more.
Oh yeah, the cave. Yeah, that happens later. That part's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
That's a good call. I feel like that's a callback to Jurassic Park. You get the little character coming in.
Yeah.
And the big T-Rex.
Kind of character. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that was.
I believe it.
That's more of George Lucas kind of being like, again, he's just trying to do all this stuff with CG. Just let's put this in here. Maybe try and animate that.
You know what?
Remember the fish? The fish looked very weighted around the water, and they moved a lot like fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely the biggest problem with CG. Everything has to feel weighted, and they do well in this movie. Everything feels like if those little droid things that I've never seen before in any of the movies walked in the room, they'd be at least a little bit believable.
Those look very good. They looked very. That being said, there are droids that don't like the ones with the one eye. We'll see later.
The pit droids.
Oh yeah, the pit droids.
Yeah, the pit droids.
Yeah, but
those are all weighted. I mean, they're goofy, and everything in this movie's goofy.
Everything
to a certain point of view, but it's weighted, and that's what the biggest problem is in computer generation, especially at this time. Was if you can't get it weighted and feel like they're acting in real life situations with real life actors, then it's not going to work.
Yeah. Now the need for this scene, I don't really understand. We kind of went through.
Just got the scene.
Yeah, we just watched them escape, some sort of sea creature on the Naboo, and then now we get to do it again.
I mean, it's terrible. The Jedi are not. If you look at their faces, they were not phased at all, and Jar Jar is just freaking out.
Do you think there's going to be any?
This is the lowest of the low. That looks good. That looks good, but it is way too out there. And then you get the same.
Oh yeah, you get the
same exact.
Bigger.
You get Godzilla again. Yeah.
Well, I think it's the same fish from a minute ago.
Who just kind of
get the same exact thing, just a little bit too much.
I just did it twice, in case you forgot the first time.
Yeah, in case you.
No kids these days got short attention spans.
I mean, the music there is good too. I like it.
Oh, the music's good.
So now we cut to the invasion,
which isn't very Star Wars.
No. But I love this. For this movie soundtrack, I love this.
The scenery. Man,
the scenery and this orchestral piece. It's all great. And then another part of the movie that I enjoy. Well, another part of the movie I enjoy watching is
the fashion design.
The costume design is just insane for this movie. Everybody looks.
Yeah, I mean the light up bulbs.
Yeah, and you get to Naboo. Cool. You get to Naboo, and obviously you kind of have from that shot there that these people are kind of. I don't want to say rich, but regal.
They have to look very regal. They have to look.
Yeah.
Like look at the city. This is not a place like Tatooine.
Well, they're the viceroys of the Trade Federation.
Yeah, I mean,
they're going to be rich.
Yeah,
it'd be like a modern day Venice.
So it's kind of like the costume design should fit, and I feel like they did a good job with that.
Do you think that Episode 7 will have any wild animals like
wild animals?
Well, yeah, like the Wampa scene in Empire, or the giant worm, or like in this they have the fish.
Oh yeah, and they have the Rancors. Yeah. I mean, wow, I've never thought you don't think about that because you think about it's a character-driven story, but there's gonna have to be. They're not gonna. And you haven't really seen it. You see the one creature that was shown in the behind-the-scenes bit where BB-8 gets captured. It's that big dog-looking thing with the robot face.
Yeah,
that's one of them, and that's pretty big. But that's not. I feel like it's not gonna be in the movie very long.
I mean,
enough to have a name.
But even still, I feel like it.
Jeff.
His name is Jeff. We're gonna call it
it's gonna be spelled really weird.
Geoff.
It's spelled.
That's a real name.
Geoff.
Yeah, that's Jeff.
His name is Jeff Goldblum, but it's spelled with all vowels.
Jeff Goldblum.
You wanna spell that for us?
Yeah.
I like
O-U-T-I-I.
This was really cool when they used the lightsabers in the scene. That quick tow-away.
Y-A-E-E-A-O-I-I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Jeff Goldblum. And that's why I'm not allowed back in spelling bees.
Well, now here, we get that Jedi's kind of rescuing everyone. Again, it looks like the Nabooians. Is that how we refer to them?
Nubian!
Yeah, the Nabooian.
That was really good. He doesn't even say that in the movie. That's really good.
Stefano says, Nubian, I got lots of that.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
That cheap.
Yeah, man, we got lots of Nubian. It's over in the back.
You found the line. You crossed the line.
Yeah.
You fell off the line.
I told you.
And now you're dead.
No, I tried. Yeah. The line,
man.
The line between Cheech Martin and Watto is razor thin.
Well, as I was saying, you can kind of see that the Nabooians don't really defend themselves. Again, part of them being a kind of a diplomatic planet, I guess, or
yeah, I mean they are a diplomatic planet.
They're like Switzerland.
Yeah, they're neutral. They don't do anything. They don't have a standing military, kinda. They have a police force.
Look at those guys. They got these guys.
Switzerland is a very wealthy place.
They got enough pilots to be captured by like 8 droids who have the dumbest lines of dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, they have a standing guard.
Mouse droids
Another. Let's take another moment of silence and realize how stupid this conversation is.
This conversation doesn't make any. Cool.
And cut down.
That's
completely pointless. It's a miracle those pilots didn't just smack all the droids around and get themselves captured. At that point, they should have stayed captured. If you got captured by all those pilots captured by like 10 droids, especially those silly things.
Well, Naboo doesn't have a standing. They don't have a standing army, right? They just have
those are guys are like pilots.
It's like a police
those
force.
Things.
That's like it. They have like a guard, a royal guard. Like like the British guys with the hats that stand outside of Buckingham Palace. That's like all they have.
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
Well, yeah, there's like 20.
Here comes our hero.
And the first scene.
Yeah, Jar
Jar. No, R4D3.
Oh, R5D4.
Yeah, that one.
Is he there? No, he's not.
No, he's not there.
He's the one that they almost spy.
I mean, now we get
that Luke's.
Oh yeah.
That Luke and Uncle Owen.
Well, he's got a motivator.
Yeah. And they end up, actually buying our hero here.
Yeah, our boy.
Our
Savior of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Now, what happens if he gets shot?
I don't think they called for that. Like when they were writing the script down. What if while
I didn't mean that. I meant they're writing the script. R2 dies. Well,
so it's just like
that's confusing. No,
one of the other
in the mythology of Star Wars. Mm-hmm. If this scene doesn't happen and R2 gets shot, the movie does. The rest of the series doesn't happen.
I was more or less thinking, what if it was one of the the yellow droid. The yellow droid that kind of looks like R5, with the square head.
They'd have to paint it. There'd have to be a scene where they paint
and then
blue.
And then he comes down to he's the hero.
Well, I mean, I guess
the whole movie takes place with that. He just has a different attitude.
I was like, in that instance, I guess we would all just be adjusted to having R5D4 as our hero, not R2D2.
No, he'd be like R11D7. He's not R5D4. He's yellow.
No, okay, that's true. You're right. You're right.
That's racist.
I mean,
not all droids are named R5.
I mean, yes, R2D2 is not named R5.
The Hutts are gangsters.
That is unfair.
How many Hutts are there?
Unfair?
Is Hutt? Wait, hold on. Is a Hutt the name of a family or a species?
I think it's the Hutt family.
Well, no, because what does Jabba
family?
speak?
That's a lot of family.
It's Huttese, isn't it?
Oh yeah, he does.
So I think it's a race.
I think it's
so
a race. Are they generalizing that all Hutts are criminals? I imagine they all are. I can't slug your way through the entire galaxy by yourself.
You can't work a stand-up job Could you imagine Jabba as like a?
Roz did it.
But I do actually.
That's true.
But I think that it is a race, but I think that they're all related.
So
all the Hutts are actually related, and it's a race.
Darth Maul.
And
he's cool.
We should not.
I realized
we should not have made it bargain.
We should not have been in this movie.
They look like old people without their dentures in. You ever seen somebody who doesn't have teeth talk? That's what they look like.
Hold on, I gotta point something out in the scene. Where does he read that? Where on R2D2 is his name R2D2? Hello, my name is R2D2.
He forgot his line and he was reading his glove. They had it sewn inside of his glove. He couldn't remember his name.
His name is R2D2. Oh,
every time his name is R2 Steven. No, that's not right.
R2 Steven. Bob. His name is Bob.
We're headed to Tatooine.
His name is Darth Maul.
You must trust my judgment. And if you don't, I will find you.
Maybe it's just...
And I will kill you.
Maybe he's just force manipulating everyone, like through the whole movie.
I mean, he's pretty Sith-like.
He's
seriously a step away from a Sith. He lets Jar Jar Binks come on board. who gives rule to the Emperor.
That's one thing I want to talk about is Qui-Gon he's a rogue. He's kind of like the outlaw Jedi. You know, they don't like him. The people on the council don't like him. He's not allowed on the council because he's a loose cannon cop who doesn't play by the rules.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't. He takes in Anakin
without consulting. Without consulting the other Jedi.
I mean, in the Clone Wars, he's a little bit more fleshed out, and he teaches Yoda how to. I believe this is right. He teaches Yoda how to do the Force Ghost. He teaches Yoda and then talks to Obi-Wan.
I think it would have been better if you saw him be a bit more roguish in this movie.
I mean, he is.
But a lot of it, he sounds like the way he carries himself and the way he talks and everything. He sounds very, old and wise.
Yeah, but I feel like that's Liam Neeson more than that is the character.
No, we've seen Liam Neeson do other roles.
Well, true, but I mean, I feel like the way that they approached this that's kind of how Liam Neeson approached it.
Oh, why did they leave the best character on the... Or, well, not the best. Why did they leave... Well, R2's out there. Why did they leave Obi-Wan in the ship? It's one of the things... One of the problems I have with this movie, and I'm not going to shit on it all day, but, this movie has an identity problem, and it doesn't understand who the main character of the movie is. I don't know whose story we're particularly trying to follow. I feel like it should be Qui-Gon Jinn, but I know it's Obi-Wan, but it doesn't make sense that it's Obi-Wan, that he's in the ship, 90% of the time they're on Tatooine, which is the most important planet of the movie.
Awesome. We get some ridiculous
antics,
CG.
Some antics.
That's
added in. Look, those guys. The extras are cool. The actual humanoids.
Yeah. Like the people wearing alien masks and stuff that you can see them.
But again, part of that is the costume design for this movie.
Jar Jar steps in shit.
Like those guys there.
Yeah, those are cool.
The blue guy and the orange guy.
And C-3PO limping.
Another protocol droid, yeah. Just things that didn't really need to be in the movie. That right there. Why is that?
Yeah, it didn't have to cross the screen. It takes away from the scenery and I guess the other people.
It just kind of puts useless stuff into the frame. And now we get Watto.
Yeah, we get Cheech Martin there.
Watto. I'm not gonna lie, I like. As far as this movie goes, and as far as these characters go, Watto isn't the worst.
No, he's not.
And I realize saying that there's three characters on the screen.
Well, he's very faithful to who he's supposed to be,
Yeah, he's a good character in this movie. I'll go as far as I'll say he's a good character in this movie.
He's supposed to be a nitty gritty businessman.
Yeah, and he don't take shit from no Jedi.
No, he got his own problems. You live in the hard life here on Tatooine.
Anyone living on Tatooine really isn't having a good time. It's kind of like the Detroit of the star system.
Are you an angel?
Yeah, I give it to Jake Lloyd is adorable.
He pulls off being adorable. Too bad the arc of these three movies don't make any sense. I'd imagine it's Anakin 1, Anakin 2, and Anakin 3. They're totally different characters in every different movie. And they don't have any arc.
He reminds me of the kid in in Stuart Little. The kid in who's the kid in Stuart Little? He always had spiky hair
and the glasses.
He did all the Disney movies, right?
Yeah, yeah, and he was that vampire kid, and
the man. That's the other one.
I know. Fuck, what is his name? Anyway,
was that kid? Oh, the vampire. I don't remember the vampire movie.
You know?
Oh no, I do. Yeah, Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah,
there you go.
He was in that movie, right?
What was his name?
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie as.
I'm gonna read out the cast list.
Wait.
There's this kid, Jonathan Lipstick.
Yeah.
Lipnicki. Right?
Jonathan Lipstick.
Yeah, that was him.
Jonathan Lipnicki. It's a kid's name. Look at him now. I didn't recognize him, that's why.
He could have been it. They wouldn't have done that though.
No.
Nah.
Because he doesn't look anything like Luke.
He would have been worse as well.
Up.
Republic credits? That is good. I mean, it's good.
Well, and there you go. Watto called it.
It's funny. It's a good. No money.
Yeah,
he's straight up accusing this Jedi.
He's headstrong. He needs money.
Qui-Gon could just take a deep breath. He did that quick smirk and just chop off one of his wings.
Yeah.
He's flapping around.
Just cut him down.
This man does not get a break. He is busting his wings all day.
Yeah.
Flapping around. Does he even walk? Does he ever walk in this movie?
All right.
Does he ever sit down, take a breather?
What? There's another example of why is Jar Jar in this movie to begin with? Like, what was the point of him being in that
risk.
scene?
It's seriously like they took the biggest risk, and he is a joke 90% of this movie.
They were banking on him to be the big favorite and carry it all.
They tried to reach out to a new generation, and it didn't hit on anyone.
No.
Yippee!
Look at 7. It has a big cast of new characters, and it has a lot of characters that we really haven't seen a lot of.
Right, but I'm hoping that we learn from our mistakes with Jar Jar.
They're taking. I will say they're taking less. They're taking less risk with Episode 7. You gotta say they're taking less risk.
Less risk. Yeah, they're taking the same risks that a lot of movies have been recently, where you add which isn't a problem. You add minorities, you add different leads. Maybe a woman lead would be different, which isn't prominent in any of the movies. Aside from Padme or Leia, that they're not present in any of the films.
Mm-hmm.
Like the lack of race, ethnicity. Oh well, not ethnicity in this movie. There's a lot of ethnic.
That
a lot of ethnic.
That big fat octopus guy said Dewanawanga. I don't know if you heard that.
He
said Dewanawanga?
He said Dewanawanga.
All right, speaking the same language. I like that. Sebulba's his look is really cool.
He is.
The fact that he uses the wrong appendages to move around.
He was a good character design. I like the idea of the pod race. Like Anakin's the only human that can do it because you need such quick reflexes.
Yeah. Right, but that shows that he's he's special.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something different about him.
He should have been sharing it to orange goo.
There's a lot of times Jar Jar should have been orange goo in this
episode
movie.
2, they should have just carried around a jar of orange goo.
Ooh,
pretended that it was Jar Jar.
Did anyone oppose George? I want to know if anyone ever came up to George and was like, "Hey, come here, George. That was a bad idea."
That is an interesting thing. Like, because
now he knows. Now he knows it was a bad idea.
Well, we saw him when we saw the commentary. He showed it to other people. They didn't say that he showed the whole thing.
Sure, he pitched it as like, "This is the greatest idea we've had."
I was gonna say, I would guess that he.
You think? I imagine he was nervous about this. This whole project of the prequels, especially because it was all pretty much banking on the reception of Episode 1. Like here, J.J. Abrams, now that it's 2 weeks before 7 comes out, come on and talk about how he's stressed about how it'll be received. And it's got generally good reviews.
Yeah, from the people who've seen it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From the small group of people who've seen it. And the fact that they're trying to hide it, they're doing a good job. Because especially in today's market, it's hard to keep something hidden. And especially that the first showing will be on Monday. Will be on the Monday of the release. That'll be the first, that's opening night, essentially in LA, I believe. And, they're not showing a lot of footage. They're not doing a lot. They're not promoting. It seems like they're promoting a lot, but they're really not promoting a lot because it's like commercials for other things.
Yeah.
Like you get that Duracell commercial.
Mm-hmm.
That's popular, and that's just free marketing.
I was about to say that other companies.
The movie sells itself.
Yeah, companies realize that, hey, this is a huge market. You slap Star Wars on it, and people are going to buy it for that reason.
Yeah.
And
it's all free marketing too. Disney. Lucasfilms doesn't have to pay for any of it. Well, because if it's like a ShamWow commercial and you can get the special Darth Vader edition, and make sure you see the movie this year.
Yeah, you
get that free marketing.
Yeah, but I mean, even then,
it's Darth Vader Shamrock.
Even then, it's insane the marketing. It's insane the marketing because think about it. The trailer for the movie was released on Monday Night Football, which Disney owns
parent
ESPN.
company.
Yeah, so you just marketed something. You just marketed something that's going to make already an insane amount of money on something that you own to skyrocket ratings on your own stuff. Like that's just insane.
Well, at Kroger, where I work, we got a packet. It was Force Friday, and it detailed all of the toys and stuff and all the products that were coming out for the Force Awakens. And it said that during the fourth quarter, which is between Force Friday and the end of the year, just Kroger, which is a grocery store, was projected to make $40 million from just Star Wars merchandise.
Wow. That's insane. And Kroger's not even in every state.
That's
it's
imagine what they projected for like Walmart or Target or something.
Yeah,
or a big distributor.
Yeah, a nationwide thing. I mean, it's a cash pot, dude. I mean, it doesn't. Which is cool that Disney.
That's a good scene.
This right here.
Yeah. Too bad. It's a shame. There's not enough of things we want, and there's too much of things we don't want.
Yeah.
It's a damn shame they killed Maul.
Well, I mean, he's not dead, but
he's not dead, but he.
Do you ever think he's going to surface in the movies again?
If they do an Obi-Wan movie, it has to be an Obi-Wan
v
Darth Maul. It has to be
Robot Maul.
Like, even though it's against everything Obi-Wan believes to hunt down somebody, like that's totally not okay. He has to do it. He's like, you killed my master. You're the reason. Like, you know, I don't know if he's the reason that this all happened, essentially, but you know, he's the beginning. He's where it started. He's where the original Force Awakened, the original beginning of the Empire.
That's true.
It's as far back as the story goes. As far as current canon is, as of December 2015, it isn't. You know, it's as far back as the story goes. Maul and the Emperor.
Goes all the way back to adorable bowl cuts.
Yep. No one can kill a Jedi.
Well,
No one can kill. Just zoom in his face. No one can kill a Jedi. Then
cut off a few of their appendages.
Super cut to the younglings.
How old was Natalie Portman in this movie?
The actor is probably 20 or 19, but she's supposed to be 14. And Jake Lloyd, I'm gonna say Christopher Lloyd 15 times.
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd was like 90 with this movie. Jake Lloyd is 9 years old. I don't know how old his actor is, but the character is 9. Jake Lloyd
Great Scott, Padme! Are you an angel? You gotta tell me. I hear the deep space pilots talk about him.
Great, and now we've gotten back to the Star Wars.
Well, we've done it. We've come full circle. No, we haven't. We've gone as far away to circle as possible.
We've gone to the outer
rim.
Let's go.
This is linear. Okay,
let's go back to a galaxy far, far away. No, 9 and 14. I mean, the casting does not look like it. There's some scenes that straight up look like, Jared from Subway creepy.
Well, yes.
In this movie. Let's not even get to the next movie.
Oh, the next movie is a whole nother league.
Yeah, we'll save that. We'll save that for next week. But yeah, as far as this movie goes, it gets a little creepy where she's a little bit too old for him.
Yeah,
especially in the looks.
Well, it doesn't. This movie does a good job of it. It doesn't feel like they were planning it to be a romantic relationship, but it doesn't
feel like. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm going to say Shmi looks more like Luke's grandfather than Anakin ever looks like his dad. Okay, I'm kidding. No. Shmi's...
I mean, she's supposed to look
terrible.
old.
It's a terrible name. And she's alright, I think. She only appears twice, ever.
This movie and the next.
Yeah, I mean, one scene in the next movie.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks a lot
It's
worse in the
interesting.
next movie.
It's interesting.
It's true.
Look, there's the spaceman in front.
The astronaut.
Now we get there another one here. There was
Yeah, there's a few of them.
later.
They show up in about all those movies. I believe they show up in all 6.
With the astronauts?
Maybe like the cantina. How can you do this?
How you do this?
And now we're back to Watto.
You don't have any Republic credits?
This is Newbie in like twice. Said earlier too.
He smashed up on my door. Mostly.
They mostly come out at night. Mostly.
I also think that the pod race shows Anakin's focus, since every other part of the movie fails to do that.
Yeah, and especially when it gets later and he's accidentally doing things.
Yeah, when he flies through the ship accidentally.
Yeah, come on, make him at least a little bit interesting. That would never happen to Luke. Luke would never accident. Wait a second. Luke, this movie.
I want to go to Tashi Station and get some power converters. It's so unfair. I hope you just burn. Spoilers.
Either way.
This was Qui-Gon.
I mean, it's Qui-Gon making deals.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is not. It's not known to be
he's a true
gambling.
player.
It's not known to be part of the Jedi way. To gamble, it's illegal and.
Again,
it's illegal in the Jedi Order, I imagine.
Again, Qui-Gon kind of being a rogue.
Yeah,
doing his own thing.
Yeah, if we're keeping track here, that's number 2. Barely number 3. Okay, guess we're not keeping track.
Now we're not keeping track.
Another waste for Obi-Wan. He would have been an interesting dynamic with him and the young Anakin, and then the Shmi, and then maybe the Watto. But you leave him out of it. You're lacking a main character.
Well, right.
And it's just like you're taking a pause on what Obi-Wan is at this point.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, good. I like what you said. No, I agree.
I mean, there could have been in this space. There could have been kind of like development between Obi-Wan's character and Anakin's character.
Yeah, and they would have succeeded a lot more if he was a teenager. If Anakin was a teenager, you get a teenage actor in, you'd have a little more conflict, a little more story, and you can get a little more out of it. Besides him accidentally doing stuff because you couldn't imagine a kid. You couldn't imagine a 9-year-old like 3rd grader, flying through the galaxy and blowing up a Trade Federation ship.
More angst.
It's a complex.
I mean, that's all right. I'm not. Angst
It's
is not necessarily a bad thing in storytelling because you get a really good personality out of it. In this, you just get a child who's accidentally doing things and making assumptions and wondering. You know how kids are. They always ask questions.
But you see, yeah. But everything that Anakin does is kind of at this stage is kind of accidentally on purpose.
Yeah, but we can't stray away from the fact he's advanced.
Yeah,
Like he does a lot of things that are very advanced.
Well, he built this.
That's my guy. Space braces. I think that's George Lucas's son. That's him right there. Yeah, that's him.
That ginger.
Come
Yeah, I think it's
on.
him. Sure, why not? He's one of the kids in this movie.
Come on, let's go play basketball.
Don't do it. Skip the scene.
So instead of his hand getting caught in there,
No, his hand gets.
No,
caught
his
in there.
hand gets caught in there. It's coming. It gets worse.
Yeah.
It always gets worse with
like
Jar
he did
Jar Binks.
everything that Anakin said
Real
not
hand.
to do.
Real hand.
What was he even grabbing for? The screwdriver was the one below it. Oh, just say it. He's an asshole. Just say it. We know. 3PO, you don't need skin to have deep cuts, man.
I don't really like it. Oh my.
Should have stayed numb the whole movie.
Tell me nobody noticed that he was stuck in the motor.
See, Padme should have just left him there, and then Anakin would have flipped on the engines. No more Jar Jar. There we go. See, so many ways.
No, honestly, no. Okay, wait. I take that back. I was gonna say it might be worse if he was Jar Jar without Norm. It would just get ripped up, and then you'd scream for like an hour, and that'd be the rest of the movie.
I believe they wanted Padme to rescue Jar Jar because of the, they both live on Naboo and they both.
I mean, they become best friends.
Yeah, they both kind of hate each other.
That's their companion.
Like the Gungans and the Nubians, but not really. The Gungans just kind of don't like the Nubians, and you never really hear about the Nubians' opinion.
True. I'm
gonna be the first one to blow them all up.
Looking at it in his arm wound, what was Qui-Gon doing? Did he have like a turkey baster needle injector? Like that cut was huge.
Well,
that wasn't bad.
That's how he was stealing all his midichlorians.
Well, it's different. Imagine it's different. This movie needs to be more different than it is.
He needs extra midichlorians.
Analyze these midichlorians. Give me all the midichlorians. I want all the midichlorians in the galaxy. Reading's off the chart. Well, if it's off the chart, why is it still working?
How big is the chart?
Yeah.
Why does the Nubian ship just come with a chart for measuring midichlorians?
And why is it off the chart but still readable?
I feel like that's a very specific
It's off the chart. Here, I'll tell you where it's at.
Yeah.
I like the design of Maul's ship.
Maul's ship is like a TIE fighter.
Yeah.
It's like it's like the TIE fighter mixed with the Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
That was a good design.
Yeah, it's really cool. When you only see it here.
Yeah.
After that, it's gone.
Should have stuck with that design.
I don't even think you could buy it. I've never seen a Darth Maul ship toy. You know why? Because he dies.
Well, yeah, that's true. There's only one scene.
Yeah. But it's cool. It's worth the watch. I mean, it's worth the rewatch.
And now we get the probe droids.
I had a bunch of probe droid toys. I have no idea why. Probably came with the Darth Maul set.
Yeah.
Came with the Darth Maul ship that you've never seen?
Yeah, it came with the Darth Maul ship. That was the empty part of the packaging. You had to imagine it being there.
Now we get the kind of the pre-race garage.
The pit show.
That's racist. Don't call him blue like that.
What, the Twi'lek?
No, I think
he said patience. He said patience. My
there he is.
Yeah.
Twi'lek.
What is that? The dude, the hat that dude's wearing. What is that supposed to be?
It's a big hat.
I see that. I can use my eyeballs to find that one out. It is huge.
I'm not sure.
It looks like a flamingo.
Yeah, it's a flamingo hat. He's a flamingon.
Interesting parallel right there to Jenga. What the hell?
Which one?
Jabba the Hutt.
Oh.
The parallel right there. Get the characters. The rich asshole.
Yeah.
Doing pod racing things.
Say about the rich guys get all the Twi'leks forcibly through trades mostly.
Oh, if you're playing Battlefront, you gotta be level 50.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's Qui-Gon.
Yeah, gambling again. And there's a Dungeons and Dragons cube.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean the Chance cube. My bad.
The Chance cube.
Yep, gets them on.
Doing cheating shit.
I was supposed to say,
at that
not
point,
just betting, but cheating too.
How did Watto not know? How did Watto not know? He's a Jedi. He's gonna cheat. He's gonna do that.
Here's the thing about Watto. Also, I just noticed something. Wait a minute, I just noticed something.
Watto doesn't know he's a Jedi. See, because earlier he was waving a hand like you're some kind of Jedi. He was making a joke.
He's mocking him.
Yeah, he's.
Okay, that's This makes sense.
He hasn't figured it. He hasn't put 2 and 2 together yet.
I just noticed a second ago that when Watto threw that cube on the ground, that it looked kind of hard, and they're standing in sand. Like there wasn't any.
Oh yeah, it bounced around.
It bounced around. It didn't like.
It should have just
sand.
stopped. That would have been funny if it just stopped. He's like, we better go outside to play.
He tried to use the forward, it just stops. Shmi. Best Jedi ever. She's got to have some midichlorians. Like, left over.
No, because Anakin was made...
Took all the midichlorians?
Well, because they did the Jesus thing. Look, there's there again. They did the Jesus thing where he was just, miraculously born from the midichlorians.
Yeah.
Which, do we still know what those are?
I mean...
Blood?
No one knows.
Oh, finally! Took us like an hour in. We're at the
best part of the movie.
The best part.
My favorite part of the movie, at least.
But still highlighted over shit because we get these conjoined sports commentators, like American, stereotypical American sports commentators. Yeah.
I mean, straight out of ESPN. That holds up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That holds up.
These character introductions, I'm warning you. I saw this movie yesterday. They do not hold up. The whole character, no, it is just bad.
Sebulba!
When I remember seeing it, I remember it not having the character introduction. Because I remember when we saw the commentary track, I was like, huh. I remembered it, but I remember not seeing it in a long time. You know? Like a real person.
3-eyed dude.
Yeah, that's just terrible.
And then the thing from
it's a moose.
Gordon Here's a Who.
Yeah, there you go. That one's cool.
And Gator.
That one's a good. I mean, that's a good.
Gator.
That's a good looking dude.
Yeah.
Mama,
like
not a gator in the house. Not a gator. Give me that shovel.
Boom, bang, boom, boom. Then here's the. I don't even know what to call that dude.
I call
the
him
pit droids.
And the
Yeah, I was about to say the
Dumb and Dumber.
Dude.
That's his name.
What?
It's
Hey, spoilers! Jesus.
Oh,
This is my first time watching it.
sorry.
Oh, shut up.
Are there gonna be more? Are there gonna be
Anakin-
5 more?
Spoiler: Anakin dies.
I love
This
the flags. It's cool.
Yeah, this is just an awesome shot.
And I love the touch they did at the Maz Kanata Castle for the new movie,
Yeah.
where you could see some of the flags.
See,
most important shot of the movie.
We go from a great shot to that.
I know.
For no reason.
That's the problem with this movie. You get this scene, which is good, right after you get a fart scene. Nobody saw that guy, huh?
No.
No cameras.
I mean,
I was going to say, after Sebulba climbed into his pod,
He's
he
obviously
got out
a
of
very-
his pod.
he's obviously a very notable cheater. Since the last race that Anakin raced in, Sebulba sabotaged his pod. He's not,
and he's known for wrecking the entire field.
but he's not. He's fine. He's not worried about it now.
Yeah, it won't come into effect till lap 3 anyway.
He's like, wait a minute, Sebulba's over here. Nah, I'm not going to check the pod. It's fine.
And now
I like
we've got
that.
Qui-Gon
That's fun.
kind of.
I always wanted that helmet. The
You know
pod
what?
racing helmet.
His pod racing helmet it kind of looks like the.
And we're immediately taken out of the scene
by these two.
and the unnecessary form of Jabba.
Yep.
Yeah. And his right-hand man, the star of the show.
What about his fat bitch back there?
I don't know if that's his wife.
I mean, I don't know.
That'd be like
Jabba always kind of reminded me of like imagine like a fat Italian opera singer.
Jabba right there when because he did the hand gesture,
the hand thing,
and he's really fat.
Yeah,
and he's really fat.
Yeah, that's true.
Got him.
And there's again, Qui-Gon is just
Why
so
did they get front row?
savage.
Yeah, but her character is supposed to be like sassy because she's used to not being she's used to being the queen, and now she's not the queen.
Right.
The fact that Jabba even gets to like, he gets to do he's the Grand Marshal of the race. That'd be like if El Chapo just did a NASCAR race. They're like, yeah, big criminals, they could do organized sports.
Yeah, but he runs like the whole
planet,
the whole Tatooine.
Yeah. Again, being the best part of the movie.
But the thing, this isn't like
it's incredible.
This isn't like the Daytona 500 of races. It'd be like if Obama, started Texas or Darlington.
Did a minor race?
Yeah.
Stupid scene.
With a gong.
Yeah.
If Obama started
the race with a gong.
Started Watkins Glen with a gong.
Take a moment of silence again for the great sound design. This movie.
The sound design for this movie.
The fact that they didn't go with the John Williams score, which I'm sure was great. They decided to go against it.
And we get some more comic relief.
Not too bad.
No, not there. It's.
I know what you're saying. I know the character. You're talking about the character.
Yeah.
I understand. That one doesn't bother me as much because it's a race. And I mean, there's no formula. There's no formatic schemes of any of the pods.
They're all different.
So it doesn't bother me that they are. Yeah, they're all different. This Bulba's just an asshole.
Also, I do think it is for all the shit that it gets with all the CGI. It is pretty amazing that they crafted this whole race from
nothing.
From nothing.
Yeah.
Really hurt. Bounty hunter. Does she ever appear in any of the other movies?
I don't.
Because she's like huge in the canon, right? Maybe it's Legends now. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think George Lucas really liked her character.
Her character, yeah.
George Lucas does that. He likes the minor stuff. The minor stuff and Jar Jar Binks.
I think just now. There you go. That's what we're waiting for. No, I think just now I realized that the pod race is kind of like a chariot race.
I like this. This is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a tour. It's like a tour of all the of everything in Tatooine.
Yeah.
It's a best of series.
Well, that's kind of, especially the original trilogy Star Wars was with all its stuff. It was kind of futuristic, but futuristic had been done before with all these cheesy sci-fi movies,
right?
With theremin soundtracks and stuff. It was a very classy futuristic. It was futuristic designs of old school
things.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like the saber swords.
Yeah.
Everyone could have just had blasters, but the lightsaber was very.
Here's your comic
and
relief,
the Jedi,
folks.
the Jedi Knights are kind of.
That's the idea.
They're knights.
They're like knights. They're like the Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah.
But they were space knights. And this is like a chariot race.
Oh, just the sounds of the pod races.
Yeah, they're all really unique.
Right, and I love that. Everybody's pod, is different.
And they're all done very well.
Oh, spectacularly. And, the mixing of sounds, obviously Anakin's pod is it's an F1 car and a jet engine. Is that what it is?
I'm sure everyone's.
Was it a boat engine? Oh, no.
No, Sebulba's is part boat
Sebulba's is a boat engine, and
it's a boat engine revving.
What you do with that is it's a boat engine revving, and then you take that sound, and then you basically have it as a trigger with a pulse of a noise, and it's triggered so that once it gets over a certain decibel, then the sound cuts in, so that there's just a frequency that plays with basically at the exact same time as the boat thing. It's the way that it's actually the same way that that hip hop producers do in songs they go boom, but it's not a kick drum.
Right,
it just sounds like it. It's the same way they do that.
Interesting. Yeah, I like. They always add little elements of different things in the real world that you wouldn't notice that are just slowed down or pitched up, or against something else to make an interesting combination. That's what this whole franchise is. That's what everything in here is.
That's what Ben Burtt was always amazing with doing. Is when he first did Star Wars, he went and he looked at sound design as a whole, and he was always fascinated by it.
I think there's a deleted scene here where he uses the Force to grab that instead. But I think that's beyond his.
I don't think
his
that would
skill
make
set.
I don't think that makes sense. Maybe I'm lying and I made that scene up in my head, but it's interesting that he uses that magnetic thing.
Well, again, that was another instance of Anakin being quote unquote special.
Oh, of course, yeah. He was
to
able to
focus long enough to
out. Yeah.
To get the whatever the hell that is back on the pod.
That guy's dead.
Pretty much everyone in this race dies.
I'm pretty sure.
Except Sebulba.
Except Sebulba for
And
no
Anakin.
apparent reason.
It's so that he can say Poodoo.
Yeah, it's so he can say that's true.
Does
That's the only reason
anyone
he
finish
doesn't
this
die.
race?
Anakin.
Well, two of the people don't die. The guy at the beginning of the race, I don't think he dies.
Explode at the start guy?
His engines exploded. He didn't explode.
Right.
Well, yeah.
And then the guy on pit pit stop who
yeah.
got the pit droid stuck in his engine.
So
they're able to have a 4-man race next week. Next week at the race of Hoth.
I love the sound of when they have that above shot of them going through the canyon, and you get that kind of far away type sound, like as they're in the canyon. I love that. It's so dope. It's just dope.
I really wonder why they wanted the pod race to be so long. I mean, it's great. We always talk about we love it, but it is really long.
It is really long.
And it doesn't really further the plot, but all it does is give an example of how.
I mean, you're right. They show pretty much all of the 3 laps.
Yeah.
Again, I think this is George Lucas being like, we have CG, let's use it.
I don't think that's right.
I think it's because it looked. I really do think it's because it looked so good.
Yeah. I think
they didn't want to cut any of it. Maybe I don't know. I mean, that's why I asked the question, because all it really does, it only serves the purpose to find out what Anakin's true powers are.
Yeah.
That he can really focus, and he can problem solve in an unhuman way. And then, now the music kicks in. I love that. Kicks in right towards the end. I don't know. I feel like they went with it because they thought it would be a good selling of toys or marketing for video games, even because video games got really popular at this time. PC games and even console games came out.
This is an arcade game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big arcade game.
Star Wars
it's still
Racer.
in a lot. Yeah, it's still in a lot of arcades. So I wonder if that was a big selling point. That they realized they could sell a lot of merchandise and a lot of things from pod racing. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, we're in awe right now.
Yeah,
we love the ending of this bit.
Just watching, yeah.
The little blenders.
The turbines.
He's got Flint turbine blenders. Little titty twisters.
The tension for the scene is great.
Yeah, I mean the music kicks up and we're in, we're full speed. This is Star Wars at its best. This is the prequels at its best.
This is definitely this and the mall fight are the two.
I mean, the standout moments.
The best parts of this movie.
You'll even say the prequel out of context when you try not to think about what's in between the scenes. It makes. I mean, they stand alone. They're what George Lucas, what his intentions were.
Yeah. I think both of both of those the full pod race and the full Darth Maul fight are both in my top
and that's
5.
crazy. That still holds up really well.
Yeah.
This action sequence, like that straight up looks real.
We get that moment of
That's the only reason why he lived.
That moment of silence for kind of a little bit of tension release. Yeah.
Cut back in the moment. No Jar Jar to ruin it.
And now we get the celebration.
And these guys come in. Our favorite American announcers. Look at that guy.
When he said "Mom, I did it," and he screamed, the ADR looked really bad.
Oh, it didn't match up right.
It didn't look like it did.
No,
No.
I didn't notice it. Probably didn't.
So I would have done the Bib Fortuna to Wonka, but that held my attention for too long. It's too late now.
It's you can't even do it now.
I know.
You could just do it.
No, you can't do it. It's not on the screen anymore. We're
gonna have to wait all the way until
4 more movies. 4.
He's
in 5.
He's in 6.
That's right. So 5 more movies.
6.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait through
Sorry,
literally
my bad.
all of them.
All of them.
Till Bib Fortuna. The return. Wait.
The return of Bib Fortuna.
That's what this movie was really hyping. It wasn't hyping the possible 6 quillion trilogies George Lucas was going to do after this movie. It was the fact that Bib Fortuna is coming.
Yeah.
Probe Droid.
I'm surprised he didn't feel that. Look at that. We were talking over the scene, but Qui-Gon is a savage.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I don't think the Hutts will like this. You
See, but I mean, he
get a
says-
tattletale on the Hutts?
He says the Hutts like they're a family, not like they're a race.
Well, that's true. I mean, do we know of anywhere else that the Hutts would be in the entire universe?
I mean, they're only.
I don't think so.
There was one Legends where where a Hutt was a Jedi, and that looks really weird.
I don't even understand how that
I'm
would
gonna
work.
need to see a picture of that.
Fill in.
Oh,
Fill
okay.
in for me.
I think that it's wow, look at all the money we have. Don't worry, I'll come back in 10 years to get you. I don't know. I think that this could have been a lot darker, you know.
It's this guy right here.
The leaving his mom.
Oh,
It's his only family.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem... It's not...
What, that one?
Yep, that's it.
You mean I get to come with you?
It's a little...
Yippee! To be fair, in the next movie, they gave her a very unnecessary, nice life until she had a terrible life.
Yeah.
I say unnecessary nice life because, I mean, she could have had a nice life without literally living in Luke's house.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little...
I feel there are too many unnecessary callbacks throughout the prequel trilogy. I mean, there do need to be kind of callbacks or call forwards, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
But I think there are a lot.
Yeah, I don't want to judge how many there are because in a couple weeks we could be sitting here like, oh, you know what? Fuck that movie. That The Force Awakens.
I do
too
think
many. That's a lot. Too many.
That was the thing.
Here's
Like the whole Luke being, like where's Luke and our own theories behind where Luke is. I don't want to be like, oh, he's gonna come in and kind of be a mentor because I feel like that literally is the plot to 4.
No, Luke is the jacket.
He's the jacket.
Yeah.
Can confirm. Luke is jacket.
Speculation.
Jacket speculations coming in clutch.
Like, I feel like that if they did that, then we would just be watching, episode 4, or part of it anyway.
Right.
Where, I don't know how I would feel about that.
I mean, there will be a lot of.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to have to be a lot of callbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, they're building another Death Star.
And, I mean, J.J. Abrams is... If his Star Trek movies are anything to go on.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, the second one was Wrath of Khan. Look at this scene. I just noticed this. It's like a POV shot
of 3PO.
Of 3PO. How did they do that? See, it's like the only steady cam shot ever in Star Wars.
And he leaves.
POV, that is
not
weird.
too,
I just noticed that for the first time. Must have been sleeping during every part of this movie. I mean,
well, this is kind of a little bit of a slower. I mean,
no, not slow. I'm not saying it's slow. I don't mind.
I mean,
fluff.
No, I mean, like, just in the there's no.
I love the.
We just got past the action of the pod race. You kind of forget that
you gotta take a break.
Yeah, that you have to take a break. So
yeah. Yeah, probably.
10 years.
10 years on
I'll
the
be
dot.
back.
I'll be back.
Don't worry. I mean, I'm sure they'll
Also,
give you money.
I won't send you
is
any
he-
flowers.
what is he wearing? Like, is that part of his shirt?
Or a necklace?
Or a
Yeah.
necklace? Like, what is that? Is it
Something
His
like
shirt
that.
necklace.
his shirtless?
No. It's necklace, I imagine. She's wearing the same type of shirt. They all are.
I do think that it should have been darker, especially since the second movie made it out to be like he was a lot darker. Like
Right.
It was unfair that he
He
was
should
a
not
slave.
like things more. He should
Yeah.
hate things. Like, I hate being a slave. I hate this.
What should be he should think that it's he should think
Unfair
that
that
it's
he's leaving.
unfair that he's a slave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he thinks he's worth more.
I mean, look, he falls in love with Padme, and she's literally the queen
Yeah, that's true.
of a different planet, like the planet.
Yeah, but
next door.
from the moment that he meets her, he's kind of starstruck by her. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't know that she's a queen
Hop on the
at that
chopper.
time.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you know this. It's kind of it might be legend now, but he actually thinks that she's an angel.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah, that's Star Wars fun fact of the day.
I looked it up. It's canon.
Oh, really?
Yep.
There you go.
Ooh.
It's too bad
Look at
he was so tired he couldn't run. It's okay, he can't.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yo,
dun.
fear does a lot, Jeremy.
Look at the dust. All the dust particles that are all computer generated.
Yeah.
Makes it seem more mysterious. Give a mysterious look of how the Sith fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point in the anthology, you never really see it. Because, you know,
You've only seen
Vader's
Vader.
on his way out the door. Yeah, Vader's on his way out the door, and the Emperor was using his hands.
You've literally only seen Vader fight as the only Sith.
Yeah, so that, I mean, they're still saving it up for the end. They keep all the dust up. They cut away from it. They showed, you know, they're
And the
hyper
only-
zoomed in on their shoulders and stuff.
The only trained Jedi that you see is Obi-Wan, literally like 2 minutes before death.
True.
Yeah.
Even like
Most
when,
awkward handshake in the galaxy.
Did you read when J.J. Abrams was talking about how the Jedi fighting will be choreographed in The Force Awakens, and he was talking about how.
Oh, that came out today, didn't it?
Just
It came out today or
Just
recently?
on a side
Recently.
note, I want a dope ass throne like that. Like, I want my throne to walk around my house.
A spider throne.
A spider throne.
So
Kick,
Darth
kick,
Maul
kick, kick.
spider throne.
Yeah, only 2 people have one: Newt Gunray and Tobey Maguire.
What were you saying about J.J. Abrams?
And he was talking about he was even talking about how he feels like he doesn't love the Jedi fighting in the prequels. surprising.
Oh, surprising.
Since how much he loves the prequels. But even he said that he gets it. He gets the choice. And, because...
That makes sense. They're stronger with the Force.
Yeah. And, they have their whole lives to train.
Yeah.
They've been training since they were...
Where Luke had 3 years between...
Wee babbies.
3 years between the 4th and the 5th. Or 4th and 6th film.
Yeah.
True.
He's saying that he liked... he liked the older... He liked, the Empire Strikes Back type,
yeah, where there was a build-up. Yeah, there was a build-up. They used a lot more elements. They used the Force. They threw stuff at... Vader threw stuff at him. And they fought down, 6 corridors up until the end, which is kind
literally
of
every movement is very stressful. Every movement could be the one that gets him.
That's true, yeah. There's too much... Yeah, that makes sense, and there's too much to keep up with in the prequels when they're moving around. And at some points, it feels a little bit choreographed.
Yeah.
Where you almost step out of the movie and you realize that it's like a dance. It's a dance move.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is hard to tell because it comes abrupt. Like when someone dies or when something happens, it comes out of nowhere in the slower ones in the prequels because it happens so fast that you don't know what's next.
Mm-hmm.
So there's different storytelling elements in each one, but I'll figure out they'll find a good medium between the both, but they'll be a little bit more lenient toward the originals because it's more into you don't you said any moment, any jab could be the final jab.
I think that they'll be more lenient towards the original trilogy because we see Finn has a lightsaber and he might be trained. We don't know that yet.
Yeah, I think my theory is he has been trained with the lightsaber as a First Order stormtrooper. That they've moved on to that and they're training.
On the other hand, I've seen seeing videos with the stunt double for Rey, who does all the bow stuff or the staff stuff.
Yeah.
It looks very well done, very clean.
Yeah.
She's a professional.
Right. Did she press the button that turns it on into a lightsaber? Did she do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did it? Oh, thought so.
Yep. Spoilers.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen right at the end of the movie when they kill Kylo Ren.
He's calling it.
Is that also part of your...
Kylo Ren's going to die?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd believe it.
I'd believe it. I don't believe it.
I can't see it.
I don't believe it.
What villain dies?
It's two Darth Maul.
One, and two, he is the center point of
the villain
all
doesn't
of the
die
marketing of
I
this.
think it'd be too much, but they don't flesh out any bit of Darth Maul.
I don't...
So if it looks like this story is going to be a little
that's one thing I didn't like about the prequels.
I think he'll tell a lot of stories, so they're not going to kill him. But if his story, finds a good ending point, they could kill him off. But I'm not sure.
But I feel like it's way too... That's one thing I don't like about the prequels. I feel like they always introduce a villain literally just to bide their time until they can introduce Vader.
I do not remember that scene.
For example,
the scene where they get to Coruscant?
The scene where they get into that little ship thing. I don't remember that at all.
Oh, with the ship design. It's a convertible. It's a big convertible.
It's kind of forgettable, to be honest.
That's true.
Especially if you haven't seen it in a while.
It's a good idea. Right there. You guys might have missed it, or if it hasn't happened yet. Well, did it happen?
What?
Talking about Jar Jar. Did he go in? No, he didn't go in. Right there, when they showed Jar Jar, he thought about going in, Anakin was like, chill. Just stay out of this one. Anakin knows what's up.
To be fair, Jar Jar does become...
Yeah,
he fills in.
It's a miracle they even let him in this building. Like the Queen's here.
They let him fill in as a senator.
There you go. Come on.
Yeah, they pull him up. Just get out of here.
What qualifications do you need to have to fill in for a senator? Because I feel like Jar Jar doesn't have any.
You know what?
Granted, this is the next movie.
They flesh out. Well, I hate to say it. They flesh out Jar Jar Binks in the Clone Wars to an extent where they talk about how he got to his position, and his real relationship with Padme, and how well he was with the Emperor. And there was even a cutscene in
his real relationship with Padme.
Oh yeah, it gets graphic.
Deep cuts, bro.
I mean, we know why.
Do we know that
they always said that the Clone Wars was a little too dark for television? Oh, it got dark. It got Darth Jar Jar dark. No, I'm saying there was a cutscene, and we'll talk about it more in the third movie, where after the Emperor is claimed now the Emperor, he thanks Jar Jar.
I mean, let's take a minute to appreciate all
the Jedi,
minor character Jedi.
Plo Koon over there.
I like.
We get the second black guy in the universe.
I like Fonz Yoda.
Fonz Yoda.
I don't know if they show him again. So they already showed him once.
Yeah, I think that's he's meet his.
And they hate showing more than 4 Jedi. Up there he is, Fonz Yoda, and Snake Guy.
Snake Guy.
Oh yeah, Snake Guy. He's got that droopy tail.
Yep, and the little midget from
and the
Game
guy
of
with
Thrones.
the dancing head. He's got. Look at him. He's listening
And
to
then
sweet
Giraffe
jams.
Neck over there.
He's listening to some sweet jams.
That's who he's talking about.
Yeah.
Bow.
He's got his earbuds on.
I bet his ears are like at his hips.
The guy,
Look at
the
him.
little
Look at
midget,
his head's moving back and forth.
the little midget from Game of
is
Thrones with the big
distracting.
elf ears.
His job,
and the
man.
one ponytail coming straight out of his head.
Oh, yeah.
And a scar on his eye.
Oh, the guy at the end.
He
of the
literally has 7 defining. He's there.
Yeah,
I didn't see him.
Yeah, he was there.
Is he next to Yodi? What's his name? Rhodey?
He's
Like,
right. He's on the right of the dog looking the
Snake.
The snake guy.
Yeah, Snake Guy. What's his name again?
Snake guy. It's gonna be hard to remember.
I will say that I agree with Yoda not being a puppet. Having seen him as a puppet.
Yeah, he looks better this way. I will agree with you there.
I have to say it. Of one of the,
Oppo, that's the guy's name.
if there is a change that I can agree with, it's changing him not being a puppet.
Although him as a puppet in Empire Strikes Back,
It fits.
Yeah, it fits. It makes sense.
Well, yeah.
And when he's not a puppet in this one, or when he is a puppet in this one, it feels out of place.
Well, yeah,
Which is weird. It doesn't make it shouldn't feel out of place. Where in Empire Strikes Back, it feels the best. And if they changed that in CG, it wouldn't look as good.
I agree.
Which is weird.
Yep.
I just realized how creepy her
How
talking.
creepy?
How creepy her talking is. Like,
Yeah, it's like a.
we will tell her for you. We are sure her heart. She sounds like a
Keira.
robot.
Is that Keira Knightley?
Yeah. That one was Keira Knightley.
I can't keep him straight. I'm not gonna lie.
It's hard. Oh, E.T.'s in this one, right? No, I'm serious. Isn't it? E.T.
Yes. He's somewhere there.
I was about to say, what room is this? The debate room? This room is dope. Like,
Yeah.
the design.
For the things that happen inside of here, it is a good idea. Like imagine if they did this like the Republican candidate and Donald Trump was just flying around the building.
This is awesome.
We're gonna build a wall, and he gets like right in front of Marco Rubio's face.
Like,
See, that'd be great. They should put this technology in real life.
Like someone says something, just what did you say? You
and
trying?
then he flies over there.
You can't say it to my face.
Jeb Bush is so idiot. He's just spinning in circles the entire time. It's like Jeb Bush would just throws up.
It's just the design for the room is just awesome.
Look at that guy.
Oh, the third one?
Hey, he's like a skinny. I don't know any of their names.
I was about to say, look, more.
There's the 3-eyed guys. And there's a horned Bib Fortuna.
No, he's in a lot of the canon stuff, the current canon stuff.
I believe it.
I mean, he's in a lot of the
more recent ones where they talk about how his relation with the Emperor.
Mm-hmm. It's not really.
I think Lost Stars was the book that he's in.
I was gonna stay silent to kind of absorb this, but there really isn't a point, is there?
Look, there's the E.T. Wait,
Yeah.
it was there, right?
Yeah.
What was it? leadership is needed.
I think it's crazy that he has such a big master plan.
Yeah.
Take place over years.
Too bad no one ever notices it.
True.
You have to watch the movie like 6 times to even pay attention.
No one, it's like a 15-year plan.
There's the ET.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy, and it's... If they made it more noticeable, it is such like a... It's a main plot that feels like a subplot.
Plot. Yeah.
Like a very minor subplot that not a lot of people think about.
No. Do you think the timing of finding Anakin in relation with the Nubian conflict is a coincidence, or do you think that Palpatine felt that?
I think Palpatine might have fleshed it out a little bit longer, but I think him knowing about Anakin... At this point, does he know about Anakin? He just met him.
Yes.
But, yeah, he met him and he knows his power. I think he went along with it, and it's when he steps in at the scene they just had. When he steps in, he's realized he's going to go with it. Like, he's had the idea in place, and they could keep it as far as they want to go because they had the idea that... that the Queen Amidala should sign the treaty and keep going along with the plan. But he's jumping ahead. He's like, all right, we're skipping this step. We're going through with it.
Right.
Order 66 is in full effect. But a lot of things did fall into place, and it's not that accidental silliness that gets everything there.
That's a good Yoda line.
I love that Yoda line. I think that's one of my favorite. Well, of course.
That was a good shot.
Coruscant is really nice.
That shot before this one, that didn't look very fake with the sunset.
That was a quick sunset. That was like, you.
Yeah, I only gave it to you for a second. They don't want you to appreciate it.
No, because they want you to get to the real point of the story.
They want you to appreciate this beautiful CG character they've created.
Nah, it happens.
We some warriors.
Now they're gonna party.
Yeah,
Could you imagine a Gungan party?
Yeah, we get it at the end of the movie. And it's annoying.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
That's it, you guys. Thanks for coming. It's over.
Remember Yub Nub? We got that.
Yub Nub.
These guys.
What if Lucas did an even more Lucas edit of this movie?
Don't even go there. All right, we'll go there for 2 minutes, and I'll start the timer right now. Where would he go?
I don't even know.
All right,
more CG main characters.
He just would make it a CG movie.
Like people just walk across the screen.
If Qui-Gon was a CG character. No. Not only is that...
Yeah, it's weird.
Not only is that, like, a plausible thing that could have had, like...
I mean, yeah, it doesn't affect any other... Because,
I mean, he showed, CG Jedi there.
Yeah, Yoda.
Yeah.
Except Yoda, they used the reference from the puppet.
Yeah, when this movie came out in theaters, he was a puppet.
Yeah.
But, like, the other ones, like the snake guy, Obo, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. And Fonz Yoda.
No, Otto. It was Otto. Was it Otto or Obo? Otto. It was Otto. Yeah, Otto's the snake.
Yeah, Otto Rocket.
Otto, yeah, that's him.
And Fonz Yoda.
Rocket power, boom, boom, boom.
And ponytail Tyrion Lannister.
Look, he's still rocking out over there.
He's like Stevie Wonder. He's shaking his head because he's blind. He's just. That doesn't translate good to audio, does it?
No, I don't think they get the fact that you're sitting here. Just to give you a quick description of what he's doing. He's just kind of rolling his head across his shoulders.
Imagine Stevie Wonder, and if you don't know who he is, look up a quick video of any video of Stevie Wonder.
Now that didn't quite capture the magic of what you just did.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Just watch the movie and the guy with the stringy head. That's
what I was.
That's just what. That's what. Look at him. Look at him. He is the real Sith Lord.
He is. I mean, he's borderline.
Like Plo Koon. Imagine what does the surface of Plo Koon's head feel like? Like I always, as a kid, I always thought it was gooey, like a brain.
Like
squishy, because he looks like a brain. He looks like a brain in that metal piece in front of his face.
I think it'd be like silky.
I was gonna say completely opposite of that, like hard, like bone. Like it looks
really
rigid.
It looks like organs. Like he looks like he pulled out his organs. Like, yeah, this is where these go, and then he couldn't breathe, so he has the breathing apparatus.
No, I think it'd be very spongy and brainy. I have to agree with you.
Yeah. Good thing he doesn't talk, like ever.
What do you think Mace Windu's head feels like?
No, I'm not even gonna go there.
I was waiting for your explanation because I was also interested.
I
just wanted to see where that went.
That is a question I don't need answered. I'm sure it's very nice. Sure, it's
I don't know. I think if I
well.
met Samuel L. Jackson, he was like, "Hey,
get your motherfucking hands off my motherfucking head."
That's pretty much how that would go.
No,
I can't see how else that would go.
I wouldn't ask him to feel his head.
You would just
if
feel
he
his
offered.
Head? Oh, okay. I thought
If
you meant
he
you would
offered, I would.
You would just walk
I don't
over
see
to
any
him
situation where he would offer, but
and just feel his head for no reason.
okay, let's get back to the movie.
True.
Because this is really going somewhere. Do we know what scene we're at? Because I think I do.
The midichlorians.
Wait, you're right.
Hey, look at R2 over there.
We should go over him, see what he's thinking about.
What is R2 doing?
What are midichlorians?
Look, R2 has
R2's committing suicide. He's like,
He's been sitting there.
He's been
Sitting there the whole time. He's literally just taking in the majesty of course.
It's
Like,
something
he's
he's
been on
never
a-
seen before.
Look, he lives on Naboo,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently, like their royal guard like does nothing because they're completely useless later, so they never fly anywhere.
True.
So he's literally only been on Naboo.
I guess you're right. Just out there taking in the majesty of, a city planet.
Yeah, he's like, wow, this is so much better than the last place I was.
He's like, you think he's a dog? Are we leaving?
Well, now
He sees everyone packing in. He's like, oh, I guess we're leaving. Look at R2. R2's the best.
I mean, he is the best. But, I mean, it is better than last. He just spent, like, 2 weeks on a planet, just nothing but sand. And he's a robot.
True.
You know what they say about sand. It's
everywhere.
coarse, and it gets everywhere.
Yeah, but R2's worst nemesis is stairs. So as long as there aren't stairs anywhere, I think he's fine. I don't think he minds the sand.
I mean, he has like jetpack feet, but not until after he has to climb the stairs.
Yeah, not until after.
Oh, now we are back to Naboo.
Naboo. Sith here. That's just too
So we
close.
talked. This is something that that I asked you. I think the first time that we watched this movie together. Is that the first mention of the word Sith?
Yes. No, because they said it earlier. They said no. What is the first mention of the word? No, because you're talking about the prequels, or the original trilogies, because they never say in the original trilogies.
Yeah.
So that's the first mention. Yeah, so that is the first mention of Sith.
That's very light.
For it to be the main course of villain, and it to only be said a handful of times in 6 movies, is pretty strange.
That was a very light name drop.
Yeah.
I was saying, yeah.
I don't know. Check. I'll check.
Fact check.
Could have been talking.
Like,
See how many
we're
times
putting
they
this
say it.
on the internet. They will burn us at the stake.
True. Yeah. For every inaccurate bit of thing we say.
They're knocking down our door as I speak.
Oh,
It's a good thing we have the Force.
Look, it was on my search history.
Oh. It was in there you go.
Yep.
So it was in.
Well, I knew it wasn't in the original trilogies.
It was in the book.
It was in the novelization of The New Hope.
The novelization of
I have that.
Of
Really? Of The New Hope?
I think I have all
I pre-ordered the
three.
Phantom, or not. I didn't pre-order the Phantom Menace. I pre-ordered the Force Awakens one.
Really, you have all three?
I think so, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's really cool. The novelization of Return of the Jedi is the first mention of Palpatine's name.
That's fun. I'm interested what the differences will be in the next one.
What, in the novelization of the new movie?
Yeah. I'm interested because they'll leave out stuff. And I also pre-ordered. All right, we'll get along with the. I also pre-ordered the Art of the Force Awakens book, which will have a lot of the unused concepts, and it will show the beginning process to the industrial light and magic, and everything in between.
That's dope.
Yeah, I got that, and today I also bought the I gotta look into my email. What is it called? So I don't mess up the name. The supply pod. Have you ever heard of those?
No.
The Outer Places supply pod.
I have actually heard of that.
Yeah, they had they have a Star Wars one coming next month, and apparently it's a box with $80 worth of things of items, and you pay $50 up front, and it's all the science related stuff. Like they had the cool Martian one where you could like grow your own plants inside of like an area with no oxygen or something like that.
That's dope.
And it's something really cool like that, but they don't announce what it is until you get it. So they just give you a box, and you get it. And one of them is going to have an autographed photo of Oscar Isaac.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It is
$40.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so they have a few different things, and I was interested. And I kind of impulse bought it.
Well, we kind of just missed.
Oh no!
That's Padme.
Oh no! We missed the Boss Nass Padme thing.
Well, this
It's
is
still
well,
coming
okay.
up.
This is kind of important to the movie because Padme, at this point, now we know that Padme
Is the queen?
is the queen. Yeah, she
Oh, yeah.
just kind of
I
revealed
forgot.
herself as the
Well,
queen.
now it happened. It happened while you were talking, not when you said we weren't listening. We were listening. We know when it's
I
happening.
forgot that everyone was literally confused as hell about who was who.
Yeah.
As I was. Because.
See, look at his football pads. This guy's ready to fight. Too bad no one in the galaxy looks like him.
So,
Obi-Wan couldn't even handle it.
he's out.
He's out. He's like, no, not even gonna do it.
Well, there's Maul.
Look at Maul's like, I'm here. I hate these guys already.
Yep.
He just stared at Master. Get
I
me
can't
out of
believe
here,
you did
please."
this. Help, please.
Master,
Please.
you want to do something? Come on.
Look at him. He's so
Bored.
pissed off.
He's bored. No,
That's it. He's bored.
He's been standing
Who's that guy?
around.
There's a coming.
So those binoculars were just too large for like no reason.
Well, there's space binoculars, okay?
Right.
Space knockers.
Space,
Mhm.
yeah.
Space knockers.
You know what they say about space knockers?
They only exist in Gungan territory.
Yes.
Got it.
Well, that sounds like a bad idea.
Sounds like.
No, what could possibly go wrong?
Look at me. It's like a man. He has like a man
His
bun.
his
His
ears are
His
tied
ears are
back.
in a ponytail. Why?
Yeah.
Don't you need to hear?
Nah, ear bun.
That's why he.
Look, ear buns are where it's at.
Padme. Look at Padme.
Yeah.
It's hot for a 14-year-old.
Well, she's not actually 14, right?
Oh, she's not.
Right, is she or is she?
No, she's not. No,
Okay.
no. At this,
Okay, she's hot. I
Yeah.
don't even
We'll
care.
just
her character's 14. I mean, the parallels to the Jared from Subway are just through the roof right now.
I don't even care.
They reference.
She's hot in the next one, and she's badass in the next one.
Yeah, the next one is great.
We'll just say Natalie Portman, hot.
Yeah.
There you go.
In the triangle of hot, powerful, and Subway, she's like between hot and powerful.
Yeah.
Very far away from Subway.
Yeah.
We're good.
There we go.
We did it. We
Good.
saved it.
Now that we've cleared that all up.
we can get back to Gungan territory.
You have to penetrate.
Oh, I'll penetrate the shield.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. A 9-year-old kid will figure out that you just need to fly into the ship.
No way.
Yeah, that one.
What?
Yeah, that one.
Sure not the guy swing. Look at him. He's jamming too.
Well, I think
Emperor-
that's because
I like how it looks like he's moonwalking. And no, he's
Oh, they ruined the illusion. No, he's just jamming right now.
He's just
he's just
rocking back and forth.
Yep, we're all rocking here. SQUADcast Studios, we rocking.
He's rocking his hips like yeah.
Moving his hips like yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a party on them.
Yeah, the scene. It's in the trailer. It's misty.
Yeah, that's the first scene in the trailer.
Yep, and you know what doesn't happen again? There's just mist, just chilling right there. It's like, you know what?
Hey, we were doing that earlier.
Yeah.
We built our own didgeridoos.
Didgeridon'ts,
Yeah,
Didgeridon'ts.
as they're called in Gungan land.
Didgeridoo, don't do it.
Didgeridoo, please. Oh, don't do it. Please don't do it.
Now we get the shields.
One of the best
shields.
weapons
And
to
the
come out
shields
of the
are cool,
Gungans.
Yeah, the shields are awesome.
To be followed up by one of the worst weapons.
The
Boing, 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 boing,
the ball thing.
Yeah, the
Boing.
balls.
boing.
I'll say, I mean, they look. It's a nice effect. That's all I gotta say.
The sound effect or the tanks?
Sound effect's good. I like the sound effect.
Yeah, the sound effects for the tanks are nice.
And of course the shield.
Yeah.
Yep, laser pointers.
I mean, you gotta signal them somehow.
Yeah. What were they gonna use? The Force? They're not all Jedi.
They're not?
No.
Sure look like it.
Got him.
I just noticed that in Star Wars Battlefront, the rebels on Sullust were kind of wearing. There are some outfits. Yeah,
I thought that too.
Yeah, they're wearing like that.
They're
thing.
wearing like that outfit. Yeah, they have that outfit in the Battlefront that looked like the rebels.
Wearing that gross mustard color.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, how many star systems could have thought that was a good idea?
You know.
That the military wear mustard yellow.
And that bright
many.
orange too.
And
This is an organized military, Mitchell.
Well, I mean, what's his face said it? They don't have a military. Like this, they
Yeah, it's like a royal guard.
yeah, it's just kind of like a guard, like a
I'll hide it
better
here.
police
Oh.
force.
Oh, you missed him. It was well on screen.
Imagine how big this scene would have been if he did all this on purpose. He was like, "Oh, I need to help.
Yeah.
This is what I'm here for."
Man, that dude, he had
He
a
was
bad day. That
Yeah,
guy right there had a bad day.
If he was like, I can help, and then Qui-Gon was like, Anakin! And then he did it anyways.
Oh, there you go. Rewriting the wrongs.
Yeah. He's like, I can help, I know I can, and then he did it.
Qui-Gon's like, "No, you mustn't." He's like, "You don't understand me."
Angst.
Of course, if he was a teenager,
Yeah,
this would
There you go. There's your
Him as a
teenager.
kid, he's oops.
Oops! Anakin! You underestimate my power.
Oop.
Can they
That's
shoot
a-
out of the shield?
It's probably the
Can
most
they shoot the
intelligent
bubble
thing
things
he's
out
ever-
of the shield?
They could probably.
I was
how
gonna
far,
say, see,
how
the
far can they throw them?
droids got smart.
Well, look,
and
they
then
have
were
to
like,
do this quote unquote menacing thing because we've seen them be a threat this entire film.
I mean, the shield. I will say the shield is a little useless because the tanks just kind of go into the shield.
Through it, yeah.
And once the tanks are in the shield, it's just
again, kind of a callback to what you were saying before. This is kind of an old timey, like medieval kind of fight that the Gungans are that the Gungans are putting on here.
And the catapults would have been very useful if they had shot them before the tanks got in the shield. Yeah. But then there is, can they go out of the shield?
I mean, we'll have to see. I don't remember.
I don't either.
Even still, this was a cool scene just to watch. Like, the droids stand up and prepare for battle.
I mean, they literally wait for them. They wait for them to go down the hill and walk into their territory. Yeah. So I imagine they don't. Yeah, I imagine they don't go outside the building because they waited this long. Yeah, the shield was just there so they can get closer to them, so that the fight would be a little more fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's count the accidental successes. That wasn't one. That was just him being Jar Jar.
Why did he say red group and then blue group and then everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here.
Here it goes. Here comes Count Dooku. Oh, wait. What movie?
Yeah, nobody was opposed to that idea.
No one even tried to shoot him. They're like, we out. And one of the greatest
and now we get
additions.
The Duel of Fates.
The Duel of Fates. One of the greatest additions from John Williams.
I'll say that the soundtrack is a lot more.
That was probably the coolest moment as a kid. The coolest moment of the entire movie.
If I could cream my jeans at 10 years old.
That was it. It was like one lightsaber. He's got it's double-sided.
Where do I get one?
Yeah, like that was the.
No, it was marketing madness.
Oh yeah.
After that, literally every face painting stand in America had a Darth Maul.
Yep.
Hey. Shot straight through those shields.
And I like the design of the Naboo starfighters, how they look like. I always kind of equated them to the old the World War II style planes, like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like the bombers.
Yeah.
Like like German bombers or something.
And they kind of look like, like Russian MiGs or something, but with the wings all forward.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And this is just spectacular. Like,
yeah, it's fun.
Those are three great shots.
Yeah, I like that head fake right there from Obi-Wan. Make him jump backwards.
I think this is a bold claim, but I think that the soundtrack for the prequels is better than the original trilogy. I think the original trilogy is more memorable.
Well,
because the movies are more memorable.
As a whole or by movie?
No, he said as a whole. He said, wait, yeah, they're more memorable. Okay, the originals are more memorable, but the prequels are more powerful.
Yes.
I can agree with that. Yeah. To a certain point.
I think that the soundtrack for the prequels is better as a soundtrack, whereas, the movies of the original trilogy are better. And,
and you
the soundtrack.
You could take any original trilogy soundtrack out of context and play it anywhere, and it's really iconic.
Mm-hmm.
There's another stupid accidental thing. There's two of them. Right here is the second one.
But like the love theme in episode 2.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs.
That's powerful by itself.
Yeah.
I can't think of
Across the Stars.
I can't think of a moment in the movie where it's very powerful.
But they
like a single moment in the movie where it's very powerful. Whereas to counter that, at the end of episode 5, where they're standing and looking out the window.
Oh right, yeah.
And that theme comes in.
Yeah.
That's very powerful.
Yeah.
And the imagery really helps that as well.
Yeah, the final theme in Empire Strikes Back. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's probably my favorite of any of the Star Wars movies. Is that theme?
Which one? Oh,
the one from
the Cloud City.
Yeah,
in the Cloud City.
Yes.
Because I think when he did A New Hope, he didn't know there was going to be a second. He didn't know that there was going to be Empire. He didn't know.
John Williams, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't know there was going to be a second or a third even. And so when he did Empire, I think he really went all out with everything he could do. He did more soundtrack than they used for that.
For Empire?
Yes.
Empire.
Like there are songs in the soundtrack that aren't in the movie.
Yeah. And I mean that one as a whole, that movie has the best soundtrack. It's my favorite at least.
Yeah, definitely by far.
I think we can all agree on that.
I'll say this movie, the sequence they tried here, I guess they tried to do a callback to Jedi, where they have the 3 different, different antiquated. Well, it's 4 different antiquated sequences to, I guess, one up the 3 in Return of the Jedi, where they cut back between the battle on the Death Star, the battle outside the Death Star, and the battle of Endor.
Yeah.
And they feel like they do the same here, but in some parts it takes away. Like what we said, how intense this scene is.
Right.
Yeah.
And how and how important the scene with Padme is to taking away the accidental flaws of Jar Jar and Anakin, where this is so much fun.
And at this point, I guess you have to bring up the Force running that you brought up earlier.
Yeah. This would be where this is where I bring that back up. I don't know why at this moment he doesn't use Obi-Wan doesn't use the Force run again.
Yeah. Also, I guess really this is just to build tension.
Right here.
Yeah. Why do we have the red doors of death?
Yeah, I don't know what their even use is for.
So I guess literally that was to take a break from that.
Yeah, I have no idea what
this.
the use. Yeah. Yeah, it was the red doors of anti-exposition.
Yeah, and now we have the Gungans fleeing.
The next.
It's the red doors of can't have Obi-Wan interfering while Qui-Gon dies. That's a spoiler.
No, spoiler. Come on.
Ah, shit.
It's my first time.
Spoiler, Jar Jar lives.
Damn it. Why do they sound? They sound so weird. They don't sound anything that they look like.
I wonder what the sound design for that is. That's got to be like that's like a beach ball.
Probably like a ball in a jar or something.
It sounds like a ball in like a tube. Like if you put like a bouncy ball inside a tube.
I know what you're kind of talking about. Yeah.
It's a good one. We did it. We don't have a boomba. Good move.
Again, another accidental.
It happens. Look, it's gonna happen every damn second. How did you expect him to jump?
It's just
so bad. They don't even put their shields up.
No,
they know.
I think they want to save their shield for the next round.
Well, yeah. I never liked the design of those clone fighters.
You mean the droid fighters?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones with the eyes.
Yeah. I mean, they're just droids. Which is weird, because you'd imagine a droid getting inside of a droid. And that's not what the case is. Because we all know those droids cannot fly.
Droidception.
Well, I mean, it makes sense that it's just a droid. Like, you would think of a humanoid counterpart get it, but from a design standpoint, like, if you think about...
It makes sense that the droid is its own
thing. That's one less component you have to take out of.
Here goes Force Run. Here he goes. Force Run.
Here we go.
Look, he's doing it.
I can make it. Nope.
Oh.
No.
Force Run not fast enough. Right here, no music in it. Make you... And it slows down. Look, the action slows down.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of time in between each hit. That might be just because it's, And then Qui-Gon's Noble End kicks in. I mean, I imagine it's a little bit more slowed down because it's Liam Neeson. And he's too old for this shit.
And then, Obi-Wan goes in.
I mean, yeah, he goes in right at the end. Where the hell those droids came from?
Look, it's those droids we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, they're back.
Except, weren't they on the ship?
They're the janitor droids.
Weren't they on the ship that had the other droids? Oh,
they were on the Trade...
Yeah, the Trade Federation.
Yeah,
okay, that made sense. That made sense.
The big C with the dot in the middle.
With the fake Death Star?
Yeah.
Okay, remember the Death Star? We did that again.
Your interacting had to come to an end.
This one's a decoy! A decoy!
Everybody in this movie's a decoy. He's a decoy.
Those pistols do not fit in.
No, they don't.
That they are not Star Wars. They're more Star Trek than they are Star Wars.
Yeah.
The sound sounds kind of weird too.
It sounds too much like the bubble guns from from Attack of the Clones.
Oh, the bubble guns.
Get him, Obi-Wan.
Oh, he's gonna get him.
He gonna get him. Yeah. I mean, watching this sequence right here, you really want. And watching this sequence and knowing that Darth Maul lives after all this, you want to see a new movie. You want to see an Ewan McGregor come back to an Obi-Wan hunts down
Darth Maul. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. In the style of like a noir movie.
Yeah.
Where he's trying to hunt them down but not get found out by anyone else. And he can't let Yoda know.
He can't let his...
Yeah, he can't let his identity out.
What's wrong? Like, he can't let his feelings get the best of him because he doesn't want to get sensed by like Yoda or even Vader.
Yeah, right. He doesn't want to blow his cover.
It would take place at a time where he was still hunting down the Jedi.
True.
Yeah, it'd be like a noir western. That'd be really cool. I mean, they have to do it because everybody wants that. We're not the only ones sitting here thinking that Ewan McGregor should be an Obi-Wan movie. There's more. Oops. Oops? Nothing but a 9-year-old kid. Hey-o!
In a starfighter. That he doesn't really know how to fly.
What does this button do?
He just kind of pushed the start button on the arcade machine, and now
it's just like flying a plane, and so most kids can do that these days.
Right, 9-year-old fly plane. There you go.
Yep,
you said it.
It's pod racing.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's the third black guy.
No, Jar Jar Binks is played by a black guy.
Yeah.
Ahmed Best.
4.
Give him some credit. He's Jar Jar Binks, for God's sakes.
We can keep we'll keep a tally.
And he has that, kind of racist accent, Jar Jar Binks does.
Yeah. How come no one else has that accent?
Because no one is sheerly... No, everyone's grown out of it. I think that's what everyone grew out of it. Jar Jar's still a kid. I just noticed there was like 5 Gungans that are doing the same exact thing.
And did you notice that all of them are the same Gungan?
They're the same Gungan.
They're the same Gungan.
That was lazy.
It's like when you're playing a video game with a crowd.
Don't
like
worry,
when you're
I
playing...
have the high ground. Wait, this is not how it goes.
And cut into. Bleh.
His face when he falls is disturbing.
It's still menacing, yeah.
Yeah.
He's alive.
What are the What did the color differences mean between the blue and the green lightsabers?
Is green not Jedi Master?
No, green is... Oh, I knew this.
I don't know what it means, and it's probably not canon, so I'm not even going to think about it. I don't know the difference in the colors.
I don't remember.
All I know is
difference
Mace Windu got to choose his, and he chose purple.
Hey.
Because no one else in the galaxy has a purple lightsaber.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why he did it. They asked him which one he wanted. And then in this movie, everyone chose the hilts they wanted.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's cool.
They made a bunch for this movie, and then I think they did the same thing in Attack of the Clones. Where
They got to choose.
Yeah, they chose the hilt. They made a bunch of hilts, and then they chose.
Pretty much everyone has a different lightsaber, don't they?
Which one? This one?
Obi-Wan has a different lightsaber in 2, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Well, at some points.
Well, because in this one, Maul kicks his lightsaber into...
Yeah, so those ones they got to choose. And there's scenes, where they pick up other lightsabers in the next movie. But that's all convoluted in its own, reasoning.
Then we get this kind of royal guard here that kind of looks like
we're going
Trojans.
to be best friends. It's weird that they become best friends at some point.
Yeah, that's gross.
Isn't it weird?
But
look, that's not. Did you see that?
No.
That was not Mace Windu. They had the stand-in. It looked like they had a double. For that one scene, they had a double of Samuel L. Jackson. I just noticed that.
Also, I don't think that looks very good.
That?
Yeah.
Well, that's what the puppet looked like.
I don't know.
I like the scene, though.
Really?
I was going to say, isn't it kind of, weird that Obi-Wan becomes Jedi Knight and then immediately takes on a Padawan?
No, because that's what Qui-Gon suggested.
But again, Qui-Gon is kind of the rogue agent here.
Yeah, he's trying to force the issue. And Obi-Wan hasn't even done the trials.
Yeah, like...
Doesn't everyone take on a Padawan early on?
Yeah, but you have to do the trials.
Well, yeah, after you do the trials. I imagine he was going to do the trials first. He just goes out back and he beats trials, fusion.
I like trials.
Oh, he will be.
He looks just like Hayden Christensen.
That's a good one, too.
No, that's a good one. It's a creation of the role. The role of 2.
And end of the movie. Wait, what? What is this? No one asked for this. No one asked for a happy celebration.
No one asked for a happy celebration.
The marriage between Gungan and Nabooian?
Return of the Jedi called.
Return of the Jedi called. They want their ending back. No, this is totally out of place.
My 7th grade science teacher called. He wants his electric orb thing back.
No, really, he did call.
And of course, Jar Jar has to get stuck in the saddle.
Just realize. Oh, there he is.
Yes.
There's our hero.
It's Tyrion Lannister with the
ears.
Yeah, just the fucked up face and.
Well, holy shit! How many buns is that? That's a record-setting buns. It's 5.
Holy yeah.
5 buns. No one ever talks about that.
It took everyone on stage to do that.
Let's take a moment of silence, everyone. This movie happened. We did it. And it ends on Boss Nass.
You see Anakin with his spiky hair?
Yeah.
That's where he looks like the kid from Stuart Little.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when you thought about it.
Yeah.
It took all the way. We've come full circle.
Yeah, it's when he has the spiky
and ends on
hair.
Boss Nass. This movie. I don't know how we did it.
Yeah, I don't either.
We did a whole.
I give it a poodoo out of 10.
A what out of 10?
A poodoo out of 10. What do you give out of 10?
Poodoo.
No, that's not. No, you gotta.
I was expecting a
poodoo.
There
you go. That's better.
Poodoo out of 10.
Yep.
Misa will be back soon. In Attack of the Clones.
Home!
I've turned that way down. That spiked everything up.
Hey, well, now he's like right in front of the mic.
All right. Well, that was the Squadcast number 1. If you like it, please listen again because we'll try to listen again and we'll do it again. And whether you don't like it, we'll do it again anyway.
We'll be back for Sand, the movie.
Oh, the
it's
Squad.
Coarse and it gets everywhere.
The Squad has awakened, my friends.
And we'll see you guys later.
Squad out.